People can see it.
All right. Okay.
Oh, we're live. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the igroSoil Lounge. You got Jeff with the Soil Guys here. We got Emily over there with any.thing.grows. We got Annie, guest microscopist in the lounge today. She's going to be showing us some amazing stuff.
Kids are live. I think we're live. Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, we're doing the intro. Thanks. And then we got Eagle. You know, Eagle's over there. And Mo's en route. He's had to run a few errands, but he will be here. He's here right now, but he's just listening. So crazy show in store tonight. We got 3 microscopists.
Yo, what up? What up? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you. So, like, you know, everybody that's already here, you guys know this is the lounge. It's a relaxed, laid back thing. Right now, Mo's not here. He'll be here in a minute, and we're just gonna get rolling on this thing, right?
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Annie's already got something on the slide. Emily's already thinking about her tomatoes that she saved this week, probably.
I've been snacking on them heavy. They are
nice. So awesome. So Annie's already got something on the scope. Annie, do you want to kind of introduce yourself to our audience? Tell us a little bit about yourself and then what you're showing.
Sure. So my kind of philosophy in my gardening expeditions in my farm is to create habitat and then see what shows up. And for me, that means really keeping mulch, keeping my soil covered, adding biology where I can, and then just observing what happens. And I have a lot of different samples from around the farm to share today. This is from a compost pile that is not done. But yeah, it's hopping. There's some stuff going on. So we'll kind of just see and check out what's going on with it.
You do some education, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have homeschool kids come, and I make a classroom. I have a classroom in my home, and we have a big screen. We put all these. First we had the kids go out and, you know, what do you want to look at? And then they find moss or they find some pond water or, you know, a little bit of soil from a certain spot. And then I teach them how to set up their slide and take their sample and then how to actually work this microscope. And so then we all get to kind of look together at what crazy things we find. And it's totally fun. I really enjoy introducing this stuff to kids. It's just like, it's been so amazing to do.
That's really cool. How young of children do you teach?
Yeah, I've had 5-6-year-olds that were really interested and could hold their attention for quite a while. You know, we have to have something crazy on the screen for the littler guys, but they're into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah.
So unfinished compost, is this a thermophilic,
yes,
Johnson Suit? What type of?
Absolutely. This is a hot compost that it's still pretty hot, actually. It's 125 right now.
Wow.
And so surprised to see a test date, but I guess they can handle that. They can handle that much heat. Yeah.
Is that a spore just below it?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Good. What's up, Josh? Welcome. Annie Dellenbach. Spartan Grown. What's up, Spartan? So,
okay, I'm
Emily?
just some worm casting. So if you wanna,
I'm not sure we've actually looked at worm castings on this show.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, before, yeah.
All right.
This way, pretty cool.
I'm still trying to find Lacrimaria, so I know it's like a quest I'm on, trying to do different capturing techniques at different locations around the farm and just trying to. That's what I'm doing. And then I also brought a dead area, like it's like I had this like deer feeder thing.
Yeah.
It's like molasses and a bunch of stuff. Well, it got rotten and I dumped it out, and now it like cleared out this like perfectly square area of, the area where that was at. It's like no grass. It's just dead. So I pulled a sample from that and see if we can see anything cool in there.
So, okay, I have a question with what we're looking at from Annie.
Yeah.
You said this was unfinished compost.
Yes.
How do you know when it is finished?
Oh, that's a great question. That is a great question. You know what? I often mess with it and keep adding stuff after I shouldn't anymore. But I would say when the temperature comes down, and it comes all the way down, and you let it age a few months, just kind of settle. And I keep looking at it. I want to see a lot of fungal hyphae through it, and they don't really show up when you're still mixing it and messing with it. They kind of, in my experience, they kind of wait for you to stop actively turning it. They don't like the disturbance.
Yeah, it's really hard for them to build up.
Yeah.
Now, you said it's 125 degrees right now.
Yeah.
What does it get to, or like it can get hotter than that, or is that typically
yeah, it can actually get scary hot. If you have too much nitrogen, you can it'll smolder, you can get it up to where it could be a fire hazard. And so, especially right now where it's so dry and there's so many wildfires around, I'm out there putting sand brews because the EM and the beneficials kind of cool it, keep that temperature a little more controlled. And so I definitely don't want it to get any hotter than 140, 150 at the absolute most. So yeah, just kind of staying on top of it, making sure that doesn't happen. But
how often, or I guess what stage? Hold on, let me restart. So where is this pile? Is it just a pile of food scraps and mulch and things like that? Or is it one of the Johnson Sioux types?
Oh, yeah. So this isn't a Johnson Sioux. I do have a Johnson Sioux going, and it's not quite finished, but I have a sample of that we can look at later. But this particular pile that we were looking at, it's just on the ground, and I turn it with my tractor, and it's got a big tarp over it to keep it from drying out in the sun. Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So then, my next question is, when do you start temping it? Or I guess looking at it? Or...
I will start temping it right after I grow it together, right at the beginning. I have one of those long temperature throws that goes all the way into the middle. And I just leave it in there. And I walk around, every time I'm outside, I go check. Because it can shift pretty fast. I don't have the thing that'll alert me. I don't have that yet where it'll tell my phone, run, your compost is hot. But, I will.
Fire.
What up? What up?
Hey, Mom. I'm so
Thanks for
glad
joining us.
you join us.
Thank you for being here, right? Jesus. I'll tell you what. Well, I will say this. It is an extreme emergency going on in my life right now. So I'm still here, though.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So I apologize for being late, and but the show must go on.
We're all just
I think Annie. What is up, Annie?
Hi.
What are you doing? Happy to have you here, Annie. Everybody, I'm sure you guys already did intros, but Annie is an amazing microscopist. She's really. I got plans with Annie because she teaches the little ones. So there's a handful of people that I've been talking to Annie since my first gig ever with kids. So yeah, that's cool. Sorry, let me just dive into a test there. Annie, do you mind? Can you pull your condenser back a little bit, blow it out a little, give it a little more light?
Sure.
Yeah. I think it might be a camera setting.
Yeah, it might be a camera setting, and
because it's even controlling your condenser.
Eagle, can you tell me?
I would just tap the brightness up a little bit.
Yeah, brightness at the 50 at the bottom.
I couldn't hear that. Oh, down here at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Somewhere
is
like
my
52, 53.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh,
Now we're cooking. What are we looking at? I know. I'm sorry. I'm missing that guy. Right? He just came
right
in.
Now, you know what? I was looking at some hot compost that wasn't not too much was going on with it. So like, just put my worm bin. This is my worm bin right now. It's pretty hot out. They're kind of they're doing okay. I have them in the shade, but man, it's been hot.
What is that? Is that what kind of fungus is that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah.
So Annie, did you tell everybody where you're at?
No, I didn't. I'm in Sandpoint, Idaho.
Well, let's find out who Annie is.
Yeah, I'm up in the panhandle of Idaho.
I thought you were about to say the panhandle of Florida. I was like, shame on you.
Or Texas. There's also a panhandle in Texas.
There's so many panhandles. There is. Yes, that's true.
So you're in the panhandle of Idaho.
Yep.
That's the skinny part, right?
Yep. I'm way up at the top. I can, get to Canada in like an hour. Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
I do want
Just kidding, Derek.
There's hot springs up there. Oh, look at this. I like this fungal right there.
That's a nice. That is like an apex sample of fungal hyphae.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how white that is. Look at how clear the septa is on that. Dang.
Glad I didn't shake it up too much to break that.
What is a step?
Remember the septa is a separation. The black lines that are separating the cells. That's how I remember it. Separation, septa.
Yeah.
And Emily, dude, that whole you can fuel or you can power a small village. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Like I laughed on that one. I think I started sending that video to everyone. I was like,
I appreciate it.
I mean,
I can get by.
She took so much dap that she could power a small village. Like, what? And I saw you with the extract. I saw you attempting the extract, but then you just kind of like, not gonna try that right now.
Well, I mean,
I saw you thinking about the extract, and you're like, that's not gonna happen.
yeah.
Right now.
Well, I mean, I figure what's the point of doing the extract, because I have enough compost that I could get to. I mean, it took me like 10 minutes, and I sifted 4 gallons of compost.
Yeah.
So I just dumped it on my bed and at the base of some of the plants, and that seems to be doing all right. And then it like rained right after that, so it basically did an extract for me. It watered.
Yeah. Well, think about this though. When you water your extract, you're freeing up nutrients. So if you were looking for like you didn't need it, perfect what you did. But if you were looking for maybe you wanted specifically a nutrient blast, then just by wetting everything, you're gonna solubilize things and send it in with nutrients, especially if you need something kind of in the root zone.
Now, is it basically too late this year to fix my soil? Like, if I spam it full of, like, I was looking at Bacillus subtilis and Microderma, and then obviously my compost on it. I made labs again successfully. Y'all, that's
nice.
twice in a row I've made labs now. So
yeah, good.
Sticking. But that's cool. So I'm gonna put more labs in it. I cleaned out my kombucha that has just been sitting on the top shelf for months. Its SCOBY was like 2 inches thick.
Nice.
Yeah, I separated that out and put that into the compost, and then
Do you
Yeah,
have water kefir?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever made water kefir?
I have not. I've heard about it. I
Oh.
want to look
You're
into
making
That's-
kombucha. You could do water kefir.
That's
it's
the next one.
quite
Yeah.
easier than
Your kombucha are labs, by the way.
And water kefir tastes better unless you like that vinegary taste.
And water kefir are labs. So you wouldn't like really don't have to do the rice wash process with the milk if you have those things.
Daniel, the refrigerated labs, did you sugar them, or is it just the labs? You shouldn't have to refrigerate it if you put sugar. To the question.
Yeah, so when you put them in the refrigerator, you're gonna slow them down. They love heat. You're gonna not put them dormant, but you're gonna slow them way down. So you do that like when my water kefirs get. Yeah. When you have water kefir, you're gonna end up with an abundance.
Yeah.
And then you start trying to figure out how to slow them down because now I have too much, right? And then you go take something like that and then add your sugar to. You said just lab, yeah. Well, if you add the 1 part molasses to the 1 part lab and the 18 part water, you're gonna end up with your bennies, your EM1s out there and all that other good stuff. That's gonna be your next scale up, Emily, because if you could scale that up to 55 gallons and then put a pump into your 55 or even a 10 gallon, 20 gallon, and that's not even diluted, right? So if you scale up to 5 gallon, then you have a concentrated 5 gallon or activated efficient microorganism. It's that easy.
Okay. So that's why I made this next set of labs, because I'm going to add the sugar to it, the molasses, but I didn't remember how much it was. And so I just skimmed off the cheese this afternoon.
Yeah.
And right now I just have the cloudy liquid still like covered on my counter.
Yeah.
And it can just stay there. Is that what needs to
Well, you can either, so that's where I would go 1 to 18, 1 part lab, 1 part sugar or molasses or brown sugar, whatever, and 18 part water. And you don't have to be so exact either. You know what I mean? It's just like 1-ish. Everything is ish in this world, I've learned. You know, it's nothing's ever 1 to 1 or it's going to fail. And I stress that a lot because I lived that paranoia when I first started everything, right? I mean, I've had my fails as well, but when you realize that it's not that serious, not for everything. Some things it's pretty serious. Some things you got to nail it, especially when you're dealing with fungus and stuff like that.
So I'm going to take my liquid. I'm going to do 1 part labs, 1 part brown sugar, because I just realized I used the last of my molasses to make brown sugar. So, but I can use that, or should I get molasses?
Your molasses is gonna be a lot more concentrated, but you can do it with brown sugar. I mean, but you melt sugar, right? You make molasses and stuff. If you're a baker, you're a cultivator of microbes.
Yes.
Pretty much it. And Annie, don't sleep on Annie. Annie's a pro here. Annie's got some cool stuff going. She's got her stuff fermenting in beer brewers like I do, where it's just the gas exchange. I mean, the pressure in that thing can hold like, I think it's like 15 to 20 pounds per PSI in that thing you have, Annie, that Gorilla Brewer or whatever it was. And you can literally see the CO2 just, and then when you pop that thing, it just wants to explode like a champagne bottle, much like a kefir.
It's
got a nematode. You got 2 nematodes just chilling. 3 nematodes.
Man, they're fast.
Yeah, they are not happy to be in the light. But, too bad. They're gonna have to
deal with it.
Oh dang.
Yeah, that's you see all the movement on this slide, right? That at this point would be telling you that this has definitely been underwater or a lot of moisture.
Yeah.
You know, she's probably at like 64.5% moisture. No, I'm kidding. Right? Am I right?
Hit it right on the head. That's right.
Nailed it.
Hit it with the moisture meter and see how accurate he is.
Nailed it.
So this is from the Johnson Sioux, and it's all leaf. And,
nice.
I just pulled some of it out. It's not done. Like you could still tell that it's leaves.
Well, wait, then I was right because usually Johnson Sioux are managed at like 60-70%.
Oh, I took the material out and then I wet it, so it's with absolutely saturated.
Just give me the win.
No, you were right. But yeah, this one's definitely a lot of moisture conditions in this. Yeah, a lot of ciliates.
When you said that you'll know it's like done, or more on the side of being done when the temperature goes back down. What temperature did you are you looking for? What range?
Well, with Johnson Sioux, it's totally different. It's not it's hot at the beginning and then it sits at, not warm at all. It just goes right to regular temperature for about a year. And I'll know when it's done when the material isn't recognizable anymore. When it stops looking like leaves and starts looking more like compost. So it'll probably be in the spring before this one's actually done. But it's kind of cool to see, throughout its process where things are at.
What about for the pile that you have that you like turn? Well, how often do you turn it?
Yeah, I don't have any set rules. I kind of just decide, if it's hot, I turn it. So yeah, I don't want to turn it too many times either. I kind of like to let it rest and let it process.
The thing about the Johnson Sue is that there's no turning.
Yeah, no, she was asking about the other pile. I'm sorry,
Oh.
the regular thermophilic pile that we looked at the beginning.
Yeah,
and so
you would know that
the
if
more
you were here,
turn
though.
it, the more you're
Yeah, I would know if I was here, right?
you're gonna oxidize
Yeah.
everything. And so I do turn it when it needs to be turned, but maybe 5 or 6 times in its
Okay.
full process. Yeah.
Do you that many turns and stuff? Do you sift it to
I
get?
do not. I love my material personally because I'm not selling it, and I'm all about it being chunky and crazy and having chunks of stick, and I'm not looking for that really fine, consistent material. Because I'm trying to create habitats and little microclimates and little weird little niches everywhere in my farm, and so I like my compost to just be crazy. So I never sift it, and I also feel like when I'm sifting, it's gonna break apart a lot of things and damage a lot of things. So I try to kind of be gentle with it,
Yeah.
if that's possible. But yeah.
Would you consider not turning it then, so that it just stays static the whole time through, and it would just be a longer compost?
Yeah, so for me, that's what the Johnson Sue is that's where you shred it, you set it up, and then you leave it alone. And then the worms do all the rest, and the microbes.
We
But,
just did a Johnson Sue workshop at our farm.
Yeah, it's really really a great way. It takes a long time, but it's hard to wait for that year. But it's nice to not have to get out there, and especially if you are working with a pitchfork and you're trying to turn everything by hand, that can be a lot. I mean,
Do you still have to be concerned with the temperature then of the Johnson Sue? Do you have to wet it to maintain it?
I'm gonna let Jeff answer that because he just did a workshop. So
Yeah.
What was that? What was the question?
The Johnson Sue
So-
temperature, play by play, how that goes.
Yeah, so the first couple of days it'll heat up, and you want to watch it,
That's a
right?
bad question.
Huh?
Sorry, I was answering the SCOBY question and I was muted. The SCOBY question is a big part of Acetobacter, but it's a colony. It's yeast and a bunch of other things. It's not just Acetobacter, but it is a vinegar, acetoacetic. They are the vinegar bacteria come together really to shut down that oxygen. So anyway, sorry, bro. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's your show.
Oh God, you're
Just kidding. Yeah, so it'll heat up at first. Matter of fact, probably tomorrow I'll go out and stick a thermometer into it and just see what it's reading. So it could get anywhere 140. It could even go up to 160, but you don't want it to stay there for very long. A couple of days at the most, and then it should cool back down. And the rest of the time it'll be just normal. It'll be a little hotter than the outside ambient.
At what temperature does it start to actually kill off the bacteria and the good microbes and things like that? Because if it gets too hot, I assume it would sterilize it.
Yeah, it'll sterilize it somewhat, but it doesn't stay hot very long. Unlike a thermophilic where you get it hot, you turn it, you cool it down, you get it hot, you turn it, you cool it down, you get it hot, you turn. It's the same thing until it stops, firing off, and then it's kind of done, right? Johnson Sue, you just let it sit, and you might kill off some in that initial heat phase, but there's so much food sources, there's so many different things that you're adding to it that they'll come back.
The other thing to think about is the proportion of nitrogen to carbon. That's how you're controlling. You're making a recipe. When you put a lot of nitrogen in, it's going to get hotter because it's like basically fuel. As it's breaking down, that is what is generating that heat. And so for a Johnson Sioux, it's just a different recipe.
Yeah.
Like a moldering pile, like the the what do they call it, the like granny pile, where it's just the grandmother throwing her kitchen scraps out in that little square. Maybe it's made of pallets, that you keep adding, and then after maybe a few months you turn it once. That pile is totally a different recipe also. So that's how you can like expect how hot it's going to get. Is how much nitrogen.
And nitrogen is the greens, or is that the brown? The green.
The greens, yeah. Because like think about opening up a garbage can that's outside and it's got a lid on it, and you put a bunch of like food scraps in there, maybe a bunch of like grass clippings. Have you ever put them in a container, put a lid on them, and then forgot about them for a couple of days, and when you go to open it, it's like, whoa, all this heat and it's all stinky. And that's your nitrogen that's flying up right up into the air.
Wood chips?
We don't want that. We don't want to do that.
Okay, then I have a question. So, like branches and dead leaves and stuff are considered browns, but wood chips, like I had a chip drop pile, and it was like, you'd pull the chunk out and it'd be steaming from the inside. But wouldn't that be considered browns then?
Yeah, because those are freshly cut.
Still green.
So it still is green.
Still green, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it even gets crazier. Like, oh God, this gets difficult, and I'm not going to be able to answer every one of the questions that might follow with this. But when you hear like a 30-to-1, your 30% carbon to 1% nitrogen ratios, right? Mm-hmm. If you were to go cut like your stinging nettle right now while it's green, it is going to hold on to that nitrogen. So yeah, it's going to turn brown and it's going to become more carbonous, but that nitrogen is still sitting in that body of in that stem, that's whatever that cutting. And this is why, especially with crimping cover crop, when you crimp the cover crop, when you snap it at the stem, it allows for the plant to draw back all of the nutrients, all the input that's in that plant. That's why, like your flower, right? If you, a lot of people will go straight. I mean, and I don't know. We're in Florida. We don't do that around here, right? But
we don't roll like that.
We don't roll like that around here. But that would be interesting. I mean, I don't know what benefit you would have though from the plant actually doing that, right? In that case, because you're actually drying it out, and I'm sure we'll get some answers to that. But yeah, so that also is part of your carbon and nitrogen input, because of Johnson Sioux, they're going to say 30% or something like 30% carbon.
70-30.
70-30.
Carbon to nitrogen.
Right. So you don't need much nitrogen when you really think about it. Right.
No.
So what do you do when you have an abundance of nitrogen? Like I have an abundance of nitrogen. I've got food scraps that are just raining on me. Right. So then I have a wood chip pile drop on me, and that wood chip pile is fresh. So yes, I'm adding carbon, but I'm also adding nitrogen. That's why your wood chip piles are cooking. You find a lot of nutrient in there, a lot going on.
Now, the ratio that you just gave, the 70-30, is that for any type of like compost? Is that just typical, or is that just for like a pile of compost? Just for the Johnson Sioux?
Yep.
It kind of depends on what you're trying to achieve. So if you don't want it to get hot, you control that by increasing your carbon to nitrogen ratio. Yeah. If you want it to get hotter, like a 50-50 carbon to nitrogen, that's more like a thermophilic pile.
Yeah.
And so if you make it like we made a Johnson Sioux, if I go out there and it's super hot, you might have added too much nitrogen. Good thing is we have EM1. We could douse it. We can cool it down. You can, there's all kinds of things you can do. So.
Okay, now the EM1. I apologize. The
bennies.
The bennies. How long does that store for, and do you put that in the fridge?
Two answers. If you put it in the fridge, it'll slow everything down, including their metabolic processes. So it should increase the amount of time that it lasts. And as far as the other question, does it expire? Like I think didn't we look at that here on the lounge where we pulled up a year, more than a year old expired, unopened?
Look,
Yeah.
2 years. Okay, 2 years. I'll put this up. This is 2 years old, sitting on my desk.
Yeah, it'll still be alive.
Yeah, it smells
You need to
fantastic.
be worried about like the sunlight. You should be in like a dark place.
Yeah, you don't want it overheating. You don't want it cooking. But all the nutrients have been processed here, so they go dormant. They go to sleep. But this is literally 2 years old. But these are my bennies. These are not that store-bought stuff that you'll find out there. And then when you go take that store-bought stuff and put it under a microscope, you'll be surprised to find sometimes nothing. And a matter of fact, I have a store-bought one here that I won't show the sticker to, but this one here, we can put that up too.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see.
Which one was it?
Don't worry about it, bro.
Come on, man. This is the lounge.
Listen, this is a live lounge. My days of putting people on blast are over.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we did put a EM1 product up there, and it was actually, for being over a year expired, it was pretty amazing actually. So
Yeah, it looks really active still.
now it wasn't as good as my homemade bennies, but
Wait, now did you that was yours? Yeah, extended. I have an EM1 brand new still that's 2 years old. It's a gallon, and I'm gonna hold it forever.
no, that wasn't
Now-
extended.
Can you go back
I
That
think
to the left some?
Eagle, was it O. Henry there that had a 14-year-old? Somebody had a 14-year-old EM product that was still chilling. Ooh, what is that? That's a fancy little cluster there.
Where did we get this
Fancy.
thermometer at to measure how hot our pile is?
Amazon
Thermometer is that?
Amazon has like a 36-inch stainless steel
Yeah.
thermometer that you could jam into the middle of your pile.
It's nice.
Well,
The top of it has a little handle because I have one that's, I think it's Rio Temp. And I sprang for the little kind of metal handle thing. And man, I'm glad, because if you grab it by the little clock face that tells you the temperature, you can mess it up. So make sure you get one that looks like you could throw it downstairs and it won't break.
All right, good
Out
to
in
know.
the elements, and they get beat up pretty easy. Yeah.
Thermophilic, what does that mean? Heat?
Yeah.
Hot.
Just hot. Okay.
What is it? Thermophilic. Then mesophilic is below that, which is hot but not as hot. Maybe Josh, he's got some. He's dropping some.
Mesophilic, you want to hit a 120. That I don't like going beyond 120. I don't like going thermophilic. I do for certain piles, but again, you're talking to someone who has certain piles, right? Most people are just kind of building something in their yard.
It's so fun once you start composting a lot. Like, it will change the way you look at the world. You'll go be driving around and you'll see something like, "Can I get that for my compost?"
Yeah. Well, you know
I
what?
did
I'm gonna-
that just this week, actually.
I'm gonna double down.
On the way home, and like we're driving home, and I saw on the way out these bright orange mushrooms. It was a stump, a broken stump on the side of the road. And on the way back, I was like, okay, actually, I'm going to need you to pull over. And I walked by the top there, picked just a few. I left the rest of them. I just picked one bundle. And they were...
Were they shelf bracket, or did they have gills underneath?
They were.
Oh, they had gills. Probably glowing ones. The Jack and the...
Yes.
Hold on a second. Weird.
I think they were jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, jack-o'-lantern. I'm like, Jack in the Box? No, that's not right.
Yeah, I think they were jack-o'-lantern. I didn't know that they glowed, though, so I didn't keep my eye out for that.
Did you try it?
No, I didn't know that they glowed. When I got home, I realized that they were not chicken of the woods because they had gills.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, never mind. We're going to just throw that in the compost. So I split it up into my 2 compost piles, and I didn't
Okay.
even think
Go get some more and try to see if they glow. It takes a little time. Like you got to go in a really dark room and wait for about 5 minutes, and you'll slowly start to see this like faint greenish glow. It's so cool that they do.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm definitely going to. When I drove past,
It takes a minute,
okay, when I drove past, not like yesterday, it looked like they'd already reached their cycle because they were all like melted.
Oh yeah, they're
Like really wet and then
lost
really hot.
that glow factor at that point, but
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
that's awesome. I'm definitely going to check it out.
I seen a little grub, like a little worm that glowed. That was super weird.
I'll go a little further on what Annie said there. There's, to me, nothing like finding a new input to put in your compost pile and then putting it under the scope and seeing a response.
Yep.
Right.
Like an uptick in biology.
And there's
That
online,
is cool.
there's like many different sites that'll list the different carbon and nitrogen sources just to give you a feel for, what the value is of what it is, depending on if it's fresh or if it's seed material or if it's grains. There's lots of online resources for that. And then you kind of, if you print out a list and you're like, all right, keeping my eye out for this type of material, you'll see it. Yeah.
And then the material, though, as it breaks down, it's going to keep adding different microbes then to it. Like it doesn't matter that it's all like, say, wood that you're adding to it, even if it's like fresh wood. If they were two different types of like wood chips, that would add two different types of microbes then. Or are they the same microbes you're adding? You're muted. Are they the same microbes that they're adding because it's all just wood chips that just got ground up?
No, you're going to have a bunch of everything because you've got, again, even diversity in wood chips. Unless it's like, okay, this is a field of oak. And even then,
the leaves are going to have different microbes than
I took Matt's advice and I went and I pressed the sugar cane, and man, that's mind blowing. It even has algae in it. Like there's so much biology in sugarcane that I went down a major rabbit hole and came back with a list of microbes that are endophytic that I couldn't even pronounce, first of all, but it was so many of them that I went and I started making an extraction out of them. Because think about this, you can make bennies out of that. You don't need when you do the rice wash, you're taking the microbes off the rice and then you're feeding them starch.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter where you get your microbes from, they're going to eat the same thing. You know what I mean? And maybe some of them won't, and if they don't, then you don't need them. They're not for you. They're not for your area. Like I need microbes that can handle 100-degree humid weather, and if they can't handle it, then be gone from here.
Be gone.
But not before you die and leave all of your goodies inside of my bioreactor.
And then the microbes that are there can eat those up.
That's right. and the microbial necromass accounts for like something like 50% of your soil organic matter. It's insane. Think about that. Think about how many microbes that is. That's accounting for 50% of your soil. That's a lot of microbes, man.
A lot.
Would it be okay if we switched screens to Jeff's?
Yeah.
Because it looks like he's got something attacking.
He's got whole stuff going on, yes.
Yeah, it looks like one of those rotifers, and it's not the big one, but the little one has the little stinger.
No, I'm sorry. I would say, which one? The little one? The big one is not a rotifer. The big one's a ciliate.
Well, of course, I said the little one.
Oh, I can't tell, but that would be a massive ciliate if that little one's a rotifer.
This is 200.
That's massive as it is.
Look at it, it's chasing this guy.
Yeah, that's not the movement behavior of a rotifer. And
Well, the only reason I'm saying
that could be a flagellum, though. I mean, it could be.
Looks like a flagellum to me. Well,
It kind of looks like that little hook that some of those different species of rotifers have.
Yeah, but so rotifers have like organelles and structure, and they're not even microbes. That's why they're considered animals. They have stomachs, they have throats, they have all these parts that we would be seeing.
What?
Yeah, rotifers.
They're animals?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
actually
no.
considered animal. It's the smallest animal on the planet is a rotifer.
Hmm. Hmm.
This guy just cleaning up house. It's just
Bro, that thing is big. For 200, that thing is. Are you still at 200?
yeah.
That thing is massive, dude.
Let's go back.
That's a.
I think it's one of those. Is it? You think it's one of those water mites that normally we see them sideways? This guy was we're looking at him from the top.
Nope. You don't see the little legs, the little back legs that those mites have. Those mites move a lot faster. This is not their behavior and movement wise.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Well, you're asking, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be like shiny
object.
I don't know, mate. I've just seen a lot of
These guys. Sometimes these guys move and they move really cool, but these guys are not moving. Would you say that Dilophagus or Dilopus or something like that?
Whoa.
Ooh,
Dude, what is that?
that's cool.
That looks crazy. Get closer to that, por favor.
That's wild. Yeah.
Fancy.
I thought so. We've seen these guys moving around, and they kind of like. I thought you said it was a Diloptus or something.
No way, not even close. This is not a Diloptus. This is.
Triloptus, because it has 3. I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is.
Can you see if it if it goes off with Epi?
Well,
Okay. Well, it's eating like that yellow or orange algae.
Or the algae is on it, because it kind of looks like it's just around its body.
It's fascinating. No, it does look like the center. Like the center is the algae.
Yeah, it looks like a living organism to me of some.
Yeah, I've seen these things fly around the screen, and they fly around really cool. Let me see if I can find one that's moving.
Really? That's weird. By the way, that was on earlier was a Euclotes, I believe.
A what?
Was that eagle?
It's a type of ciliate known as the walking ciliate. Because it has long hairs on it that can be used to kind of almost jump around.
All right. So this question here. Hold on. Can we clear the screen real quick and let that video play in the background?
Yeah.
That is PNSP
Yeah.
out of one of my bottles. That's exactly what that looks like. You can and on 4K it just looks a lot prettier. GNSP is green PNSP, and you're not guaranteed that it's green PNSP. That's a beautiful shot, Annie. Go ahead and throw that up. You're not guaranteed that it's green PNSP unless you identify it, because it can also be what? It can also be algae at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have I looked at them all? Sure. I mean, they don't rosette the way PNSP does. But if your bottle doesn't turn red, it's going to turn something, whether it's going to turn iron or orange, whether it's going to turn green, and they're all beneficial. They all end up, if other than the red, they end up in my compost. They end up in ferments that I know they're going to be cooked and baked down. They end up all in the early stage of whatever we're composting or whatever we're working towards. Where's Rick? What's up, Rick? What's Rick got going on? Wine caps will grow well in your area, Emily. Oh, by the way, he's the one who pointed out he's the one that pointed out that manure that you're using. Remind me to talk to you about that. I mean, not the manure, the compost, that cow thing. You remember?
Yes. Hey, yeah. Mo, don't forget to talk to me about that compost I was using, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Gotcha. It'll be next week. I'm going to be like, hey, Emily, don't forget to remind me.
It'll be a few weeks.
Fancy.
It's like a world. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is kind of like
anything before the show, but I'm like tripping.
Well, this is why I always say, Annie, like the pond samples are not fair.
They're not.
But look, so Annie's got dark field up.
Oh, nice.
Which looks really cool. And is that a nematode back there?
Yeah, we have a nematode and an echytriad worm, also the big guy. Yeah.
That guy did not like me turning on that
Yeah,
epifluorescence.
You know what? I'm
yeah.
gonna say this for people who buy compost at like big box stores. In the back, when they say organic, the organic input is usually labeled as from like organic. They dance around it, right? And it's because they're getting it from city waste. They're getting like human manure,
So
city waste, organic matter.
bio solid in
Bio, yeah, bio something. They get all fancy with it. Go look at Miracle Grow, right? And the point of this is, aside from the whatever they're adding or they're not adding now because they're organic.
Yeah.
Think about all the prescriptions and medications that go into the city waste.
Yeah.
Think about everything they're putting down the toilet. They're putting their when I know that my family, whenever they're done mopping something, it goes right down the drain.
Yeah.
Right. So, just things to think about it. And I pretty much, that compost there that you pointed out, you sent me the picture of, Emily, or I sent you a picture of, was Rick's point. Be careful, because when he was roaming those areas,
we have Daphne there. Go to
these
Jeff.
are things that you're introducing to your garden.
This thing ate a worm. Looks like it has one of those worms inside of its belly, Mo. One of those pinworms.
Oh, the Daphne.
Roundworm.
Cool. We put that Daphne up for a second. I want to see that.
That's what you were trying to classify earlier as that other thing. I mean,
oh, okay.
Look how off you were there, buddy.
Oh my goodness! It
Okay, this thing has eyes, by the way.
This one's dead.
Here, hold on a second. Since Jeff's insisting on the stage here.
I'm not insisting.
Look at me. Look at me.
I didn't say anything. Actually, Annie said it. So
look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
This thing is wild as hell.
This is like a water flea or something. They're like water flea. These things feed little fish.
I can see.
Oh, he's alive. Hit him with Epi. Watch what happens.
Moving. Yep.
For science, right?
For science.
For science.
For science. I don't think it's gonna kill him, but
he's moving more. He's like, I think he's stuck. Or she. I don't know.
Yeah, and like Malorganite, right? Malorganite is human waste. It is. That's why it's $20 a bag. If you're putting it on your grass, I guess, and you're not growing food with it, you're still putting other things in your soil. But I discriminate. What do you got there, Eagle?
Says Euplutes.
Oh, you found that thing that.
Oh, nice.
And also Serratium would appear as this variety of
Serratium.
Fuck yeah, Eagle. Way to go.
I know that. Give it up to Eagle. That's not easy to go find an
ID. It's a flagellate. Freshwater dino flagellate. Serratium.
Told you. That's exactly what I called it.
I've seen them flying around on the screen. So
dude, that is cool. That is a dino flagellate. So is one of them? Oh, it's got a flagellate. It's got a flagellum. So the flagellum is that rope thing. If you can you enlarge that black and white larger one, Eagle, that has a clear flagellum? Oh, there you can see it.
Is that the same thing that comes off of the roto?
This is that little whip that they travel around, and we were looking at them like last week,
and it like retracts on it.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, it's kind of got like this tracker whip thing where it's just kind of like it's a flagellum, and they have some that lead the charge, and then they have some that actually propel them. That they move them. They're like they're moving mechanisms.
Depends on the type of microorganism.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that colony? Sorry, go ahead, Eagle.
Some like Paranema have even converted their flagellate into being for hunting rather than locomotion.
What?
The colony? What were we talking about?
Yeah. He said that some of them will actually change it for hunting versus locomotion, and this is where they're adaptive, right? They're like, damn, I don't need to be cruising around. So watch. This is actually let me share. Am I not sharing anything? Damn. Good deal. That's what happens when you bring Annie in.
What happens when you show up late?
She rocks the mic. Ha! You gonna go there, huh, dude? You know,
All night. All night.
All right. What is Cheryl asking here? Whenever markets are, yeah, it's unfortunate. I have soil saviors. Yes, I have looked at soil saviors. Identifying anything is as far as in their bacterial bottle is a bunch of dots. We're looking at a bunch of dots. There's nothing there that I can.
Crazy.
That would require sending it to lab for lab work, and they're claiming to have like 100 microbes from all around the world.
Yeah.
But Rick has purchased that multiple times. As a matter of fact, I still have one of the bottles here, but again, it's boring. There's no identifying anything but dots. No, I did extend it. Whoa.
That's a
Little
beautiful
dots.
look at that.
Maine. Cool.
What's up, Token?
Hey, cheers, man.
Cheers. Whoa, what's going on there? Is that budding or something? Or why is that back end of that thing?
I think he got damaged in the process of getting on the slide.
Was that like
It's pretty big. I can see it on the stage. I can see it. It looks like a tiny piece of thread. So
are you gonna zap him for science?
Yeah, he got hurt. Oh, he's
Zap him for science.
You want me to zap him?
Oh, look at he's got a cool looking flagella attached to his mouth. I'm trying to pick at it. It just went off too. Look, it just dipped.
Yeah.
That thing on. Wow.
The rotifer was in his mouth for a second. Yeah.
We are
There we go.
Annie, drop your stage a little bit.
Sure.
Watch what happens. There's your roadie. Yeah, that's straight. See, that's a rotifer there.
Yeah, I love how you can see it swirling the medium.
I would say drop your stage, loosen your condenser, and start moving your condenser around and treat it as your sun or your light input. So if you want your condenser coming from the left side or right side, you just loosen the screw on it and then start physically moving it around. And you can catch different impressions. That's cool though. That's
Whoa.
Yeah, you see, there you go. You're getting into cryo, you're getting into oblique and stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. It's all these techniques that I've learned from Eagle that are like saving me mucho dinero. Let me open this thing up. Here, I'm gonna share something real quick. You're good right there, Annie. Just keep doing your thing. I'm gonna share screen so that I can move on to the next thing. But so here, after 2 years, shot, done. It's all. It might even start becoming acid at this point, but there's still labs there. Now, if I go hit this with sugar again, if I even put like a teaspoon of molasses in this bottle, this will light all up again. So this is the and then look how that's just glowing. That means everything just melted. So that's like a bottle of nutrients, minerals, and enzymes, and proteins, and carbonic acids, and all that other good stuff. Citric acids. It's not gone. It's not wasted. But I would dilute it. Depending on the pH, I would dilute it, and then let me get Annie back up. I don't even know which ones to pick anymore. Oh, here it is. Nope. Is that the one? I guess. Man, that's a lot of activity going on there. Let me pull this back. So yeah, that's what that's all about. And I'd like to see you extend your labs there, Emily. Like, come on, let's get it to the next level.
Okay, well, today is the first day that I, had the cheese, so I separated that out. So now my next step is going to be taking the liquid that I have, mixing it with that same amount of brown sugar, and then adding that to 18 parts of water. And cold, room temperature water should be fine.
Yep. And if you want to accelerate that, I don't know how hot it is right now where you're at outside.
Pretty warm. It's a bit humid.
So if you wanted to accelerate the process, you put that bottle outside for a day or two, and they're gonna go nuts. If you brew anything outside right now in that weather, they go nuts. Your times get cut in half. So I'll use the IMO that I did with Biome, right? That's usually a 36-hour brew. But in our side of town, that becomes an 18-hour brew during the summer. Definitely a 36 during the winter. Anything above 90, 95, I'm moving it as quick as possible. Now, I will say right now with the research I've been doing between the Biome and OK Calyx, is that I pushed the brew, shoot, what was it, dude? Like 2 weeks? The other day, I put I had OK Calyx's tea brewing from 3 weeks ago. And I pulled a sample of it, put it under the microscope, and I did not see anaerobes. Now, the fungus went away. So I'm trying to figure out how much I'm guessing that obviously the fungus has a lot to do with that. Why, I don't know. Not yet. But that is my new.
It to remove it, or it just died off.
Like something with the fungus is saying the system is remaining oxygenated, which is weird because they breathe in oxygen and they breathe out CO2. So then it's also feeding the microbial system, and microbes are taking. God, I don't know. I don't know enough. I need more knowledge, but I can't put my finger on why that's happening. Can you imagine 2 weeks in the heat, 3 weeks brewing, and I didn't go anaerobic? That's a new one for me. I mean, not one spirilla, not one spirochete, not. Obviously, I had ciliate city, but I mean that's what we brew for. It's a protozoan infusion, but not understanding why. And I don't recommend unless you have a microscope. I was gonna throw it out, and I used it. I mean, I was gonna throw it out too. Good. They're probably
so fun.
Well, they're probably, it's probably mitosis. They're probably separating. It's cloning itself. Either that, or they're making out and swapping genes and transferring data. Like that movie Avatar. You see how they hook up tails and stuff? I know bacteria does that.
Yeah.
But I would probably say that these two are locked in, and they're getting busy. Why do you think your compost pile gets hot? By the way.
Well, I assume it's because the stuff is breaking down.
Why don't we ask Kennedy there in the chat? Because they're rubbing. There's friction. Just like Elaine Ingham would say, in the bedroom, it gets hot, doesn't it? Yeah. It's no different. They're causing friction.
So then it's not only because everything is breaking down, but it's also because they're multiplying.
Yeah, all of the above. There's a whole lot of reasons why that's happening.
Everything moving is causing that heat.
Yep. Rub your hands. Right? That's friction.
Yeah.
So these microbes are constantly doing. These little bacteria are reproducing every 20 minutes. So imagine what we know. This is why we know so much about bacteria. How I was reading an article or a paper that we know more about bacteria than almost ourselves, because we have to wait a whole life cycle for us to wait for the next generation, right? So we're able to see generational change in bacteria.
In like 20 minutes. Yeah.
20 minutes. I gotta step away for a second.
The flying lungs. Yeah.
The flying lungs. I like
Yeah.
that.
Were you able to get your septoria under control, Emily?
I'm gonna go with no. I don't know how soon I would see change in that. I feel like I won't see it this year. I am going to be picking up some of the Bacillus subtilis and trichoderma because that should help since it's a soil issue, a soil fungus. How do I administer that? Like, how do I apply it? Is it a powder that I just like mix into water at a certain ratio and water it into the affected area?
For the trichoderma?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's how you do it. But you got to be careful because trichoderma doesn't like UV, so you'd want to do it like in the evening.
Okay.
Really late in the evening. That way they have time to sporulate out. Like they were talking about, things happen really quickly, but you want it in its hyphenated form, and most likely it's going to be a bag of spores, on some medium. Yeah. So you got to give them time to do that. So if you spray them out during the daytime, the UV will take them out.
Okay, good to know. Is the bacillus the same thing?
I'm not sure which one that is. Is it Revitalize or something like that? Is it like a biofungicide?
I don't know.
If it is, I mean, you could do the same thing. You can ground drench it. You could even just put it on the affected plants, right? Because there is downside to biofungicide. Or there can be, right? But it's a trade-off. It's like, well, do I need to save these plants? Because you said it was spreading, right, to your other ones?
Yeah, it's definitely on the cannabis plants in the area as well. It says, yes, Bacillus subtilis is widely used as a natural biofungicide. Right. It is a beneficial soil bacterium that acts as a biological control agent to protect plants from harmful fungal and bacterial diseases.
Yeah. But as you know, like what we're learning here, you want that fungi there. So when you put that type of stuff down, there's going to be, not that it's going to just wipe out all your fungi, but you just want to be aware that there are some things that you just need to be aware of when you use something like that.
Well, so my question is, like, I've been taking the leaves, for years now, even though, there's been septoria that I've seen in that area. I didn't, really know what it was or have much concern. And from what I've seen, everything says to take it and get rid of it. Like, don't compost the leaves.
Right.
However, like, I have been composting the leaves. So I've just been inoculating all the bad stuff into my compost then. So now is my compost compromised? I don't know.
I mean, you just wouldn't want to put a bunch of it in there. And then, that type of stuff, like, I don't know how long you've lived at your place, but some of these soil issues, they can persist in the soil for 3, 4, 5, 7 years, 10 years, some of them, and they won't show up unless whatever the conditions are exactly right. Like this year is super hot, lots of rain, so they're just kind of popping out. If you can avoid putting them in your compost, if you have a sick plant, just like it's like quarantine. You don't want to put them in there. But if you've done it, I don't know, probably nothing. Remember, the beneficials will outweigh.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just hoping that it's got enough of the beneficial activity. I mean, I've been slamming it with a lot of stuff. Just the labs that I made from last week, the SCOBY I've separated out, all of the, food scraps and things like that. Been adding it back to it to keep things getting fed and moving inside of there. And then in my compost, I don't, flip it or turn it or anything like that. So it's just, cooking down itself over time. And it's got a while to work through that. And it seems like the tomatoes that are growing out of my other compost, the first one that we looked at here, the really rich one, they don't seem to have an issue with septoria over there. So something in that compost is keeping those alive and protected, which is cool. But it is also the first time that tomatoes have grown out of our compost over there. So it's not like they brought back or unlocked the issue from a previous year. I do definitely think next year I'm going to move where the tomatoes are, because they have been in the same spot for 2 years now. And last night I was listening to kind of like that crop rotation, and we didn't do that. We did it for our potatoes, but not the tomatoes. So that's going to be on the plan for next year. It's just kind of switching spots for that. I'm wondering if like they would like where the beans were. I'm trying to think of where to put them at, because I know beans going in that area will add nitrogen to the area, which is nice and helpful.
Yeah, that you need the other soil guy. That's Adam. He's the planter guy. Like what goes after what plant and all that. Like he's really good at that stuff. So I'm just
Okay.
a
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
microscope nerd. But yeah, you definitely want to look up companion planting. You know what can go in here afterwards, because you know a lot of it is like, are they AMF, arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi plants? Which I don't know. Matt says like 90-something% of plants are AMF plants, but like
Most of them, yeah.
if you ran brassicas right there where your tomatoes are, those are not an AMF plant. So if you had been inoculated with mycorrhizal fungi, then those plants are not going to use it. So it's just going to kind of, you know, whatever. But
Nest away.
yeah, they'll kind of senesce away, or they'll just be there, not being utilized.
That's the thing with really all sorts of microbial inoculants. It's key to keep those live plants in the ground, and specifically live plants that will stay using those symbiotic relationships.
Right. Thanks, Eagle.
They need hosts. Hey, Mo.
Be right back, man.
Don't worry, buddy. We got this.
We got cool worms.
Chat. Over in chat, we got a question. Have you interviewed the permaculture consultant and his dad? They are both soil microscopy students and consultants of the late Elaine Ingham. They have used soil saviors on their plots and have shown abundance. So soil saviors we were just talking about. I know that I have never talked to them. I'm so interested in learning from everybody. So heck yeah, let's get them on. But I don't know if you guys have spoken to them before, worked with them, or heard about them.
I haven't personally, but Mo may have, or somebody in the
He might have.
Josh is a huge permaculture guy. I don't know if Josh can weigh in the chat.
Seems like it'd be cool to bring on.
Yeah, the soil saver, you know, everybody's going to have a different result or a different outcome, and you know, everybody kind of observes life the way they observe it. So, you know, if they had great success with whatever they were doing, then that's great. You know, of course you would want to use that, but everybody's situation, soils, environments, everything's different. So, you know, try everything until you figure out what works in the land that you're trying to steward. You know, that's what I would say. Whether it's good or bad or whatever, you know, I don't know. I haven't looked at it in detail.
I love that we've been following this guy around.
Yeah, it's like
What is
we're
he
watching his we're watching his whole life.
He's looking for an escape. Yeah.
So Annie, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch it. How long have you been doing microscopy?
Oh my gosh.
Tough one there.
7 years.
Dang.
How did you get into it?
You know, I was researching compost tea making, and I was looking for a business that was selling compost tea, and I found this listing online that was like Compost Tea Central. You know, I thought it was a business, and I called it, and it was Elaine Ingham who answered the phone. It was her, like, you know, personally, and I knew who she was, and was kind of like, oh my god, I'm sorry, just trying to find some recipes, you know, and answer some questions. She's like, I have time. And so
Oh, wow.
she talked to me on the phone about everything, about microscopes, about how to tell the difference between good compost and bad compost. I mean, she talked to me for like 3 hours, just a random phone call. And she was so kind. And she was so patient. And I didn't know anything about any of this. And the way that she treated me was wonderful. And so I was immediately into it. And that's how I kind of started. That's how my wormhole, you know, went down the rabbit hole of this whole thing.
No, that's beautiful. That's so cool. Talk about like,
It was so amazing.
like just a random opportunity. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm so sorry to bother you. I know you're like a scientist. Can I, you know, I'll write an email with some questions. Like, no, let's dig into it. What do you want to know? Like, what are you interested in about this? And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, she invited me right in, and so I did her program, and it took a long time.
I mean, after that, how do you not just get like absorbed in it?
Yeah. And it's just been so fun. It's totally changed my whole paradigm. You know, knowing about this like micro universe that's everywhere, the microcosmo. It's pretty cool. It definitely changes how I look at everything, and it's been really, really fun and rewarding to get to see these guys.
Yeah. That's really cool of someone to do that, because you're like, you're so busy and you're just taking all your time and pouring it into me. And
yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad that brought you all to us.
Mhm.
So now, how often are you looking at things inside your own garden then? Are you checking the compost?
Well, you know, I gardened for a really long time, and I worked in agriculture for a long time without having this tool. And it was kind of like roulette. You're like, I think this will do good, and you know, this product is supposed to be good, and this practice is supposed to help with that. But it was always kind of a crapshoot. And now that I can actually see and observe and check, it's like, it's so much different. And so now, I mean, yeah, I really get to kind of peek at what's going on, and instead of trying to, you know, micromanage the microbes, I just kind of try to invite them into my scene. And when I'm in some place, you know, hiking or visiting some beautiful place, I'm always kind of, I'm going to grab a little tiny sample of this and bring it back into my system. So,
yeah,
it's a really fun aspect, is like going to old growth forests and maybe getting a little bit of that microbial population, and then bringing it back and repopulating the land that I'm working on. It's pretty fun.
Now, when you do that, then do you just put it directly into yours, or do you try to actually like grow it and take care of it separately and then add it?
Yeah, you really kind of want to expand it and give it the best possible environment so it can thrive and repopulate and expand and multiply. Yeah.
Okay, so how would you? So say you grab a handful of like pine needles or something, you know, get a little dirt in there. What do you do from there with it?
I'm going to put it someplace really nice and cool, out of the direct sun. It's going to have moisture. It's not going to be disturbed for a while. And hopefully those microbes, the ones that they've been invited, you know, the ones that want to kind of like take up residency, they will, hopefully. And so it's about bringing extra diversity. So I'm looking for like leaves of a nice plant, a little tiny sample. It just takes a bit. You grab a little leaf, you grab a little bit of soil from over there in between the rocks, and, you know, by that tree, just a tiny bit, and then bring it and spread it around in my situation. And I find that really brings a lot of diversity, and I'm hopeful that's working. Yeah. Yep.
And then now, so look at it when you get home. Oh, sorry.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking for it. And, you know, I believe that every hold on, my daughter's trying to bust in here. Hold on, sweetheart. You know, every different valley is going to have a totally different microbial signature, because there's so much variety, you know, and with horizontal gene transfer going on, it's crazy. They adapt immediately to a new environment, and so every time you kind of like meet new microbes and bring them in, yeah, you're changing it.
This is the foundation principle of IMO, is
Yes.
everywhere has different environments, and so everywhere has different ecological niches, and thus will have a different diversity of microbes.
Yeah.
And our number one goal as regenerative stewards is to encourage that diversity, is to bring as many different compounds and, well, as many different types of biology as possible in as a thriving system.
Okay, so I haven't gotten there yet with collecting my own IMO. But that will be the next step. First, I have to figure out how to make my own bennies.
That's easy.
You need a recipe. Yes.
Yeah, how do you set that up? Is it based on where you want to pull from? So like if I found somewhere with a lot of dropped trees and broken branches, or if I found somewhere that was more like swampy, like I could do it in different areas like that to get the most diversity.
Are you talking about like an IMO collection?
Yeah. Like what area am I really looking for? Like, am I getting different things from each area then if I go like by a riverbed versus in the middle of just grass and forest?
Yeah. I mean, you would be.
A lot of it is your intuition. Like, let your feelings kind of be like, hey, if it comes up and you're like, I like this area, I feel good right here, I want to bring some of this home with me. Like, go ahead and just let that guide you, and then grab some of that material, just a little bit.
Yeah. And then you can kind of aerate it, or you could do something like that too. Mm-hmm. What was your question, Emily? I missed you on that one.
Oh, no, I was just saying, Mo's got it worked out good. He's getting people to send him all of theirs.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to go collect it.
Yeah, buy a microscope and start offering free samples, and everybody will send you their microbes.
I'm over here Googling microscopes every time we talk, you guys.
Yeah, and you know, my wife has a microscope that's not nearly as cool as this one, but really you can see the same stuff. Like, it's just you have to look through the eyepieces or whatever, but you can see all the same things. So it's
Where are you? Where do you live, Emily?
I'm in Michigan.
So, like, where's your closest college? Because they have a lot of times, they'll have sales, you know, and auctions of their scientific equipment. You can pick up a really nice microscope that way.
Really? Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna write that down though. That's a good tip.
You definitely want trinocular, which means it has a camera tube, because you need to be able to share what you're seeing, so that you can say, what is this? what am I looking at? Because there's going to be weird stuff that you are going to go, I have no idea. It happens to me all the time. And without the ability to put it on the computer, it would be really frustrating.
Yeah, otherwise you're sitting here trying to explain, be like, no, okay, so it's got 3 prongs. It kind of looks like Moron's head.
Totally. And you know, besides that, looking through the eyepieces is not good for your eyes at all. And I didn't know that for a long time. And
really?
It messes them up, and then your night vision kind of goes. So having a camera just frees you up in so many ways. And so when you're looking for a microscope, trinocular. So it has 3 eyes, basically. The 2 eyes for your eyepieces, which you will ignore, and then the third piece is the microscope camera. Really important. But beyond that, you know, you can do a lot with any scope that's trinocular, you could do a lot with it.
The
Really
nighttime
the-
effects should just be that you're bleaching out your rods, right?
Yeah.
It's not
You're
a long
shining a really bright light directly into your
focus.
eye. Yeah.
Your ability to focus on faraway objects, depending on how you have your microscope set up.
Yeah.
I could never it always bothered me just because you seem to you'll get the view in one eye and then the other eye will be weird and you're like trying to reposition, you're bouncing your eyelet.
And then when you come out of it, you're like dizzy. Not cool. But
Screen is the way of the future.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of the
And then does
Like,
it come does it have a camera already, the microscope?
No.
Or do I have to?
No, you got to find that camera separately.
Okay.
Usually.
Or just spring and get Spartan to buy a i4. You guys just
I highly recommend looking around for sensors for cameras to have a IMX334 sensor or an IMX678. 334 or 678 are the two best sensors that seem to be available in the common market. Those are the kinds of sensors that both Jeff and Annie are using right now, actually.
Yeah.
But you can find these off of like AliExpress or from different Chinese retailers for less than $500.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said look at what to start with? I was trying to catch everything. So you said to look at, but I know that's like top of the line, the i4 one.
No, i4s are kind of average in terms of their actual quality and performance.
Okay.
You broke up, Eagle. Or is he
Sorry, Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. The sensor in your camera, like the type of camera you have, is going to be the main limiter for most people. So for your camera, what I recommend doing is you go on AliExpress or on eBay and you look up microscope cameras, and then you check if the camera has an IMX334 or an IMX678 in the description. And if it has that, and it's within your price budget, that's the one to get.
Okay.
There's going to be a test on this later, Emily.
Dude, you know I'm already keeping notes every time. Okay, I have to with you guys. Let me make sure I have the numbers right though. So I would look at IMX334 or IMX678.
Yep.
Okay, step.
And that's going to get you the quality that all the people, Reese, Annie, and Jeff, have in our group.
Okay, and then I would need, you said triocular.
Trinocular.
Yes. And
That's pricey for that's pricey.
yeah.
But if you don't have the trinocular, you can never add the camera. So
Yeah.
even if you bought
really?
like a trinocular microscope and you didn't buy the camera right off the bat, you could at least
It's still
add the
used
camera
for-
later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what about an AM scope?
Yeah.
But that one says it's triocular.
Yes. You just make sure it's a trinocular. Trinocular is going to be the biggest limit.
Hey,
You don't get it.
can I pivot this call real quick? I mean, this whole vibe. So
Yep.
Please
I don't
do.
know. I don't know if you guys know who Ryan Noss is. I just got off the phone with Ryan Noss.
I do not.
Man, go to his YouTube channel. Let me pull up the link to his YouTube channel. He's going to be on the lounge maybe next week, maybe the week after that. And he's just going to blow your socks off, man. Ryan Noss is the man. He really is. It's an honor to even take a call from him. And he just did some work over in, which country was it? He just debriefed that video.
Kazakhstan.
But Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
you know, he's done things in Matt's Our Soil and Our Future, and he's a microscopist at heart, and you know the way he sees things, and we start getting into structured water, we start getting into some heavy conversations. He dove in last night to the Regenerates Quorum, and he had mentioned that he was looking at some of your microscopy last night.
Yeah.
So I'm really stoked for that, and I want to,
Yeah, it was nice to talk to him. Yeah.
he's just an amazing person, and he's constantly teaching, and his skills of they're just. I'm excited that he's going to be here, and you'll walk away just like, whoa, that's next level stuff.
Feeling very quantum.
Feeling very quantum. Yeah.
Yeah. Structured water and good energy. Like, let's go.
He's got these. He jumped in on a call one day with us, and he's got this. I don't know what kind of sea creature it is, like a conch or something. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not, but he has like his running water hitting that seashell that is like it spins the water in a vortex, and you're adding energy to the water, and it's a trip. It's next level stuff. It really is. For those who are, I know that everybody's got to be hearing the buzz about structured water and all that other good stuff. What is so anyway, that's between that and some other calls that I had to take. Exciting stuff.
I look forward to coming on.
Yeah. I almost brought him in. I almost just pulled him in right now to hang for a little bit, but he's bad reception traveling. So that is clutch. That is cool. Annie, this is a hell of a sample too. This whole time I'm watching it, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, look at that.
That
rigor right there.
Milky Way that's going on with the bacteria. It's like they always do this. They form this Milky Way right along the edge.
Yeah, we've looked at that plenty of times, and I feel like there's like I've kind of narrowed it to two things in my mind. There's either a bunch of nutrient there or a bunch of oxygen there.
Yeah.
They
Right?
to self-assemble, I think. I think it's like some sort of structure that they just intuitively form.
Yeah.
But why? You think they intuitively form that band?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a Goldilocks zone, because like I've noticed sometimes it will start off as a line, and then as the sample starts to dry out, it will turn.
Well, wait a minute. What would a Goldilocks zone be? Wouldn't that be like presence of oxygen and nutrients?
Yeah.
Well, it's so close. Look how close it is to the edge of the slide.
Yeah.
The cover slide right there.
Well, that goes back to the conversations I had about the nematodes all on the edges of the slide thriving. Is that because there's oxygen at the edges of the slide more so than there are in the center?
Yeah.
And again, that's just my theory. But
look at this tiny nematode right here, and this
purified
testate. What is that? Oh no, it's a ciliate. Checking out that nematode. Cute. Eek.
Are we still? What kind of sample are we on?
This is my worm bin that's been under. It's had a lot of water. I put a lot of water, so it's been hydrated and sitting on my desk for about 10 days.
Was the worm bin itself waterlogged, or just?
So I went down to the very bottom of my. It's a bunch of drawers. It's a bunch of like screens that stack on top of each other. And for this sample, I wanted to go down to the very bottom and see what was going on down there. So I took that and then I let it sit. And
Fun set.
a lot of ciliates, yeah, and rotifers. A lot of rotifers in it.
Look at this rotifers. I love the way they, damn, you got a lot of rotifers. You're just saying that.
Yeah.
I love the way they crawl, but they can flat out fly. I mean, these rotifers can dip.
I love their little toe part that they grab the glass with. It's so cute.
Yeah. Really cool. Design for fishing composting, huh? What is this? Who's asking? What are we asking about worms? That's how I started my regenerative world in worms.
Mm-hmm.
He did a debrief on his YouTube channel. We grow with. Yeah, let me pull it up. Well, I just drew a blank. He's got a 30-minute where he's talking about that trip, and I was watching that last night, and then just went deeper into a lot of his stuff, and man, so cool. It's a different level person. Some people are just connected. Some people teach you to be connected, right? Like, especially in the background when I'm thinking that I might be thinking crazy, and then you hear it from someone else. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'm not the only, at least I'm not the only crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we get a lot of that with the Regenerates and everyone that does it, especially in Matt's class. It can get pretty wild in there.
Yeah.
Matt will go. What am I looking at here?
I got my Matt shirt on today, supporting Matt. igroSoil.
Yeah.
Shout out,
There you
Matt
go.
Powers.
Nice.
Better nice. Let's see here.
I think he felt bad for me because I told him, I was like, I never win. He's like, here's the t-shirt, shut up. I was like, nah, he didn't say that.
I think I'm gonna put a warm up. Let me give Annie a break for a second.
Nice. That's a little buddy.
This is cheating though, Annie, because this is
Water sample.
well, it's actually water, soil. Look at I just ate that ciliate. Did you guys see that? These guys are extremely active eating ciliates. If you follow these things around, look, when they do that, they just snatched up the ciliate. Their mouth is like, you see a big hole there? They kind of swim upside down, no matter. Look, he's gonna eat something. Go get him.
Fixing them down.
He does, yeah. Maybe that was too big for him. So it's like they don't see, right? This is all just touch and feel, and this is at 200.
Okay, now I have a question. So, like, if I look at a microscope and it says it has 4, 10, 40, or 100,
That's good.
that would, because you multiply that to figure out, so that has 40, 100.
400.
Yeah, so
So then
times
that's
1,000.
1,000 for
1,000
200.
is your highest magnification. If they say that you can get 2,000 total magnification, run, because
Yeah.
it's not true. Lying.
yeah, that's lying.
5,000.
Yeah,
bunch
just
of
so
them
the thing, yeah.
you can't see it. It isn't actually true.
It's blurry. 1,000
Yeah.
is the highest you can go, and that's going to be with oil.
Yeah.
The limits of light itself get in the way.
I don't even put it on my microscope.
I don't either. I don't use my 1,000. I just don't.
And then do you have to buy a separate 200 then, like Mo is at?
Sometimes,
I'm at 100
a
right
lot
now.
of times.
It's
Yeah,
optional.
well, now, it depends on where you're getting your scope from, but most of the time it's not standard. At least the i4s and this is called a power pack. Technically, Matt Powers has promoted it long enough that they made what's called a power pack, and now the power pack will come with 200s because we all kind of look at that. What's going on now?
Is it coming with 200s though?
Yeah, with the upgrade, if you go to the plan objectives, just that slight upgrade is going to get you the 200. 100.
No, we had to buy the 200 separate. We did the plan upgrade.
Well, that was before the 200 became a thing, and then once I started using the 200, everyone wanted it.
Oh,
Okay.
That was like last season.
Henry was the one. Henry was the one that, as far as I'm concerned, Henry was the one that blew that wide open with the 200. It's a very convenient. Look, I just dropped back to it.
Yeah, it's a great.
When
It's a
we
great
got
tip.
when we got our BH2, it came actually missing. It was just a random junk scope off eBay, but it actually came missing a 40x. So we were stuck with 220x or 200 the whole time. But there's a lot you can do with 200. It's a really versatile objective. With dark, you can see into bacteria kind of wiggling around.
Yeah.
This river that Annie has up, and it's just close enough. You can see a lot of, just far enough away that you can still see the big picture.
Well, there's a new microscope coming out. I just got the message today that is going to have the epi and BioVid built in.
What?
And it's going to be cordless.
What?
Yep.
Crazy.
Got the picture. I'll put it on the Discord.
Wow.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to.
Yeah. What's the? It's not LW Scientific, is it? Who makes it?
I don't know who makes it. I know who's going to sell it. But if you epi and BioVid is it's going to be. I think it's going to be. Yeah, it's the boys over at Hiawassee, and it's going to be a mobile unit. So you heard it here. Hey, don't tell them. Go tell them.
We're live.
He didn't say don't say it. But no, that's if they do that, and they're going to have a very good entry point microscope now. So now we're talking, right? And which is going to have an option.
Yeah.
And now you're speaking my language, because the BH2 is Eagle, the one that you suggest all the time. But I think that one's harder to get a hold of, right? Because it's in such high demand, and it's such a wonderful microscope, and it's.
You can buy it refurbished off of like Microscope Central. You have $1,000.
Yeah, you know what my fear is? You know what my fear is with that when I really started thinking about this, and I think I was talking to someone about it, maybe it was the group we were talking about, is that look at how scared I was of my microscope when I got it.
Yeah.
And then to receive it refurbished. I mean, we got the queen of being scared of the microscope here with us today. And I think that we love you, Annie.
It's scary.
It's intimidating.
Crazy.
Especially because you go put so much money into it, right? It's like $8,000 or $7,000 unit.
Yes.
Complete.
Yes.
And man,
getting a cheaper microscope, it's only like $500 or $1,000.
Yeah.
Help you feel a lot more confident that you're not like even if you mess up, it's $1,000, not $6,000.
Yeah, and the cool thing now, going back to what you said, Eagle, too, is that you can always replace parts, because I've had my eye on that microscope, and if I could justify it, I would, but I just don't. I need to get my stereoscope, rocking and rolling. I've seen some of, again, go to iGrow with on YouTube, and he also does Hiawassee products, as maybe you guys have seen Ryan Knopf's through Hiawassee products. He just did an excellent piece on microbes, and he has a stereoscope too. So he talks about the fungi, and some people have been doing this for so long. This is why I always say I can't wait for like 2 years. Well, I would argue, 1,000 is a good microscope. Yeah, we start getting into quality of the objectives, though, right? Like you can, but the good thing is that's why a $1,000 microscope should have some decent objectives. But I like the idea that if it's even upgradable, even more important too, right? Because maybe I get this addiction and I want to die. Kind of like this microscope here. From what I understand, I can't just go buy a better objective. I got to go through them. And unless I do some serious digging, which this group has, it's not something you can just go buy. It's got to be a specific objective, which really just, it's like buying parts for a Honda versus buying parts for a Mercedes or something. But it's not a Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good microscope. I'm not going to lie. Or I guess I really want to argue that it's a very good camera at 4K. Right, the camera's a big piece, man. You just load it up. This is like inoculant grade, man. It's got nematode cilia. This is like a protozoan nematode / for infusion.
Yeah, my worms go hard. They really do.
Yeah, I bet.
I feed it a lot of weird stuff, as much diversity as I can. Yep.
This has got to be early stage worm casting too. This is.
Yeah.
This is what you're gonna get out of early stage, high nutrient, high nitrogen castings. Is this level of
Honestly,
nematode?
I'm surprised the nematodes haven't all been, and all the ciliates haven't been all eaten up by the worms. That's normally what
Yeah.
Well,
happens,
because
right?
it's early stage,
Ah, okay.
right? It's early stage. A lot of nutrients. There's a lot happening there.
Yeah.
So I got to look at this sample too. This is how I bring samples home. I'm like, oh, let's look at that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, what is that?
It had one of these water plants in it.
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I gotta get a sample of that. This is what Annie was talking about. We just go find things and like, shoo, shiny.
Yep.
Love me a sample. Let's take a look at it. See, now you see all that gunk building up. I hate that I gotta let a lot of that go, which is gonna let go of some nematodes and stuff. So maybe I'll mix it in here.
You try to take a sample of that and put in a long-term floater for a couple days from now.
I did. I put it in here, so I'm gonna float it now and see what else I can. I want to share that floating technique here because, man, talk about getting all up in the microbe, man, all up in the gut. I mean, this is just.
Let me bring Henry on.
I don't know if he wants to. I would love to. Don't get me wrong, but it seems like he doesn't want to. He's too humble. But I'd love to get his microscopy on here, dude. I think next level stuff with Henry. So right now it's kind of boring. I mean, look at this thing. What's this? Look at that thing. It's like. Look, what is
I'd say
it?
that's for the microscope
Yeah.
frame and optics, like the microscope itself. But no camera should cost you more than $500. So, unless you're buying from a place that's overpricing you. So, all together, you should be able to get a good setup for less than $1,500 if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, cameras can be
Then reach out.
pricey. A good camera can be pricey.
Can I send you a few links that I found of different pieces?
This is a diatom, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to help. That is a weird looking thing, bro.
I think it's a
Yeah.
diatom. I
Isn't
mean,
that
they're
right?
not-
That's actually a bonana.
What's that?
It's a banana.
It is a bonana.
A banana.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. I would argue that that's a diatom because it's not. Like, diatoms are extremely symmetrical. You've
Yeah.
seen it? You identified it already?
Yeah, I think it's a diatom.
Oh, wow.
Banana shaped one.
Well, it looks so non-diatom. Like it's
I know,
just.
but
I'll take your word. Hey, you've done work on it. But it
I'm
just
gonna-
looks
I'm
beat
gonna-
up.
pass the baton to Eagle here. But if it has these little green things in the very ends of it, they're like little green crystals, then I could key it out. But
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It doesn't have them at 400. You can usually at this point see them moving.
I do not think this is a Desmond. Well, it could be Desmond. It does look like a Desmond.
yeah, Desmond, thank you.
Yeah, I would say Desmond. Okay, yeah.
It maybe it's dead. It looks quite. Can you hit it with that real fast?
I did. It just kind of phases out.
Yeah. No. Maybe it's just dead. That makes sense.
Maybe Emily's right, and it's a banana.
Closterium desmid, yeah, that's the.
I can recognize some organic material now. Come on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah,
It looks
Yep.
like those are like fat globules. I wonder. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. See if there's another one.
Hmm.
It's a little underwhelming though. But I'll tell you what, it's a cool plant that I got now growing outside in a bucket for now until I figure out what am I gonna do with it. they're you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an FPJ out of it because they're these invasive water plants that hold a lot of moisture, kind of like the banana, right? The banana is, if you chop a banana down, there's a lot of water in there. So when I'm running fermented plant juice, that's what I want. I want to extract that type of moisture to pull a lot out of it. That looks awesome. It just looks cool. Cool worms. Worms are getting a jobber doner.
There's gonna stick
Where did Jeff go? Is him?
Hey, I'll say.
Trying to dig up a better sample.
It's on for the fun for the
Ability to
Lacrimaya.
speak does not make you intelligent.
He's we don't even use these yet. Wow, this was a little boring. This slide. Yeah, that would be cool. More people getting microscopes is cool to me. People understanding, like, you know, how quick you can verify something. How quick you can just grab a sample. And you could do, like, you know, like, I don't work a stereoscope, but I can still look at things like that. Silly Lily, what up? Hanging.
Now,
Inoculate the like
we're
button.
able to see by looking at a microscope, we're able to see the life within the soil. We are not able to see its nutrition level, though, in the soil. Like, we can't see if it's missing calcium.
No,
Or-
yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Is that a possibility?
Well, you see that meter that we were looking at where they're scanning leaves?
Yes.
They're making one for liquid, I'm all about that. I want that. So you would stick that in the liquid and it'll give you those metrics, which is like, I mean, you know, we're going to have to get through all the ups and downs of it all. Yeah, you see, look at Jeff right now is showing microscopy through a light. There's no water sample or anything.
This is stereoscope, right?
No, it's not. That's his microscope.
It's lit from above.
That's awesome.
It's a soil
Any
light.
microscope can do this?
Beautiful. Wow.
You can do it with a cheap light or an expensive one, but the cheap light's gonna get it done.
Wait, can any microscope do this, or does it have to be one of these little types?
No, you can do that with a flashlight.
Dude, I want to put a fucking bud under that and look at it.
Yep.
Well, I would show you what that looks like, but we don't do that here.
We only grow tomatoes here.
Let me see if I
I'll tell you
can
what,
find-
though, if you send me one, I'll look at it for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey guys, I need to get my own microscope. I gotta look at these trikes.
You could take shots of your trichomes. You could take some nice. Here, I'm going to show you some of my bright field. I mean, my manual lighting work. And I don't have much of it, but what I do have.
Illumination.
This is cool because this is just a piece of aggregate that I grabbed. You know, so you can see the sand in there.
Thank you, Eagle. I was sitting here like, aggregate. What kind of a rock is that? No, it's just dirt. Damn you.
A bunch of little aggregate. All those little particles are all aggregates. All little rocks and things that pull it all together. Let me see pictures here. Food web.
So just a chunk you grabbed.
Do you know what a sunshine mimosa is, Emily?
Sunshine mimosa?
Man,
Yeah.
I don't drink, but if that's a strain, I also don't like mimosa. So
No, it's a plant. It's a little plant.
Okay.
look, Emily, look at the screen. This is what we're looking at.
oh, that's what you have.
Yeah, it's just a little aggregate.
Okay. Yeah, this is cool.
Here, I'm going to share something real quick. So, sunshine mimosa. Eagle, could you mind pulling a sunshine mimosa up?
Most of the one that's like sensitive, like you could touch it and it
It's a
moves.
sensitive plant, right? It's amazing. The Jamaicans call her the shy, is it a shy lady? No, the I forget. It's the yeah. Did I put that up?
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's. Oh, here it is. I have a picture of it. That you see that little plant right here on the right side?
Yeah,
That's,
it's beautiful.
that's what it looks like. And then I put it under the microscope and then used above lighting, and I took the picture. And this is the pollen.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Oh,
That's
cool.
incredible.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so here, this is a root.
God, I want one of these so bad. Can you imagine the gorgeous bud shots? Oh my gosh.
I have
This is art. Like this right here
it
is
is art.
the
It absolutely is art.
again.
Look how nice that looks, though. It's a beautiful plant. And again, it's sensitive, so when you touch it, it'll close up on you, which is really cool because when you're out there just kind of baked and playing with your plants, and then you touch this thing and it closes, but know in your head that plants don't have muscles. Like, how did that just close? And it's all like water. It's instantly moving water from the phloem to where it needs to get to in order to just close its little leaves. And then I'll take it even further. They did some study on it, and they would drop it. They put it on a little cart that they designed to drop it quickly, right? And by the time it hit the bottom, it would close everything up. They did it every day, about 3-4 times a day, until finally it got used to that. So it said, this is not a concern. So it stopped. Because think about the amount of energy that it needs to close itself up.
Right.
All of itself, right? Not just the leaves on this particular branch. It's requiring a lot of energy to close everything up. So when it recognizes that I no longer need to close up because this is not a threat. We've been through this before. It's showing plant memory and, and whatever else you want to call it. It's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, they are beautiful plants too. I mean, the bees love them. The pollinators love them. And they're ground covers, which is amazing because you can have a whole field of just purple little puffs in your yard,
You have seeds of those? You want to send me some seeds?
Yeah, can you grow them over there?
I don't know. I can try anything, dude.
Yeah, they're I know
She's
that they grow
anything grows, so yes, you can grow it.
Bro.
Aha. Sammy. I'm trying to find out.
Someone in the chat named that movie. Come on.
It can grow in zones 5 to 6. Wait, it is not cold hardy.
Hey, you just have to bring it inside. Put it in your grow tent.
I could either bring it inside or just collect the seeds each year to keep regrowing it because I can treat it like an annual.
That's great.
It's got deep roots too, so it might come back.
Oh, it might overwinter then, yeah.
It is
Oh.
it is definitely here a wonderful thing. I'm looking for that.
Into the background jazz.
What?
That's what Josh said. He said the worm is moving to the background music.
Yeah, I like how they look like they dance sometimes. Earlier when those flying lungs were going around, I thought they were grooving along nicely.
I can't find that bud. Damn it. I took pictures of it and but yeah, you can even, and then guess what? At the epifluorescent light, you can see where the chlorophyll stops, and then where the trichome at the trichomes, and where the trichome head is not loaded with chlorophyll because there are endophytic. It's a theory, endophytic nitrogen fixers in it. So
You just like that word.
yeah, I know.
Endophytic.
Endophytico.
Endophytico.
Is it calcium or is it? No, it's the water, right?
That's kind of cool. You know what I was thinking about when you were telling this story? I've seen that plant, but I've never seen the flower. But I remember playing with those plants when I was
I've seen were all leafy and green. I haven't ever seen that flower either. Yeah.
They're tiny, yeah. They're wonderful. They're vibrant. They're just like these little puff balls. And again, you'll just see like a whole bunch of them. The garden, there's a whole area with just puff balls everywhere.
Those are pretty. And it makes sense too, because the places where I saw them was at my family ranch. It's like all sand, and it was like a cool plant that I would play with, just sitting in the ground. Just touch it, and it would close its leaves up, and then you're like, that's cool.
Yeah. But I was like, well, what's causing that? It doesn't have muscles, right? And then I go on a deep dive about plants not having muscles, and it's instant. That's so impressive. It's instant. That's just kind of like how quick the response of a plant is.
Yeah.
It's impressive stuff. But Annie, this was awesome having you here. It's a monster sample. We're coming to the end of this thing.
Yeah, this was fun. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you jumping on. Oh, you'll be back. You'll be back.
Awesome.
And
Great time.
how's the teaching? How's the teaching going? By the way.
Awesome. Totally awesome.
Yeah. She's out there teaching little regenerators or whatever she calls them, right?
They're getting a sense of it, and then they're going to grow up and have this knowledge that everything they do changes things. It's so cool.
It's so cool to see them, see them just recognize or realize that the thing is there and alive, right? Like I always, I always wonder what I would have thought, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I would have seen that.
And I remember learning about the microbes, in school, but it didn't leave me with any kind of awe or wonder. It was kind of like, this is a paramecium. And you just sort of had to memorize it, but you didn't get to see it like this. So, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not telling you anything either. They're not.
Good to be here, Josh.
Yeah.
Emily, you froze for a little bit there. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I saw that. I got the little loading signal.
Oh, yeah.
I would just wait it out.
She was dabbing off camera. Fake freeze.
We're getting close. I pulled out for 2 hours.
Emily, you got a lot going on your page too. We need to put a banner. We need to be responsible here and put banners. Oh, there she is. Go check her out. Emily's out there just gardening, dude, and doing everything.
I'm gonna get a tape measurer out this week because we've started bolting, so all of the plants are flipping into the flower cycle from veg. So they are about to get much larger than what they currently are, and I want to get one right now at the start of this flower part of the season, because we've got one out there that's probably 5 feet wide. Damn it, she's a big girl. So I don't grow trees too tall. I like to keep them a little bit shorter and more manageable, but they're still going to be probably over my head. I'm looking
out there putting compost. She's like, eat up, girl. Eat up, girl.
You gotta treat it nice, okay?
You're so big. I love it. No, I love it. Believe me. What I just learned that aloe flowers and it looks amazing.
Yeah, I've not seen it. I have not seen it. That's
awesome. My brother just put a picture up of an aloe plant flowering. I was like, are you kidding me?
That was pretty.
I didn't know that. That's wild. What do you got there, Jeff? You got some cool looking.
I don't know what those things are. It looks. I think last time we saw one that was detached, but this one's attached. There's 2 of them right here. Let me go to 200 so we can back up a little bit. See, there's one down here too.
Huh.
We got some serious talk happening in the chat.
Yeah, the chat's been fire. We love you guys for coming in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I learned just as much from conversing with them and seeing the back and forth, trying to keep up with that, as I do the conversations that we have. So I'm really thankful, for everybody who's participating, everybody who's shown up every week. I really appreciate it. And it seems like we've always got a good conversation going on, something cool to look at least. So,
and this is so much better than me doing it by myself, right? Because for the past year and a half, I was just kind of making videos by myself.
Gosh, I don't know, Mo. Just you by yourself, that's a lot to take in. I'm glad we're here to dilute you down, my guy.
Yeah, we got to dilute him down like a good EM, you know?
But if you go like some of my other videos, I was like bringing up images of everything, and I had to be my own eagle. There it is. That's the aloe vera flower. Like,
yeah. Nice.
Ego, if I go back to those things, can you take a screenshot and see if we can identify?
Oop.
Of course, now I won't find them.
what that little thing that was anchored.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two things.
It's like a
Wow.
Oof.
Wow. Things.
Oof.
What's up, buddy?
Thank you for being here, everyone.
Yeah, seriously, we're at the end of this thing, huh? Damn.
Thank you, Eagle.
Cool. We've got let's see if we bring in Nas. You know who else though I gotta get in here is Maria.
Maria.
Ooh,
Annie
I
gets
appreciate
slide.
it.
Annie went dark field. Annie showed more stuff than Jeff's shown collectively every
No way.
episode.
It's been awesome.
You know, I don't appreciate the attacks.
I don't appreciate your microscopy work, bro. No, I'm kidding.
You know what though? We saw who was on time tonight. Let me just say that.
Thank you, Emily. Thank
What
you.
matters.
Oh,
You think he would just say
God.
thank you for firing off the show without him and getting everything going? And, you know, we had
You know what I
already
did? You know,
interviewed.
if I'm being real, what happened was I stepped on metal and I punctured a hole in my foot.
We knew that.
And I'm a recovering diabetic, right? Like I was a diabetic, but I did, but then it became a big thing. Like between all day, it's been an all day, all night event, and they want to blitz my biome, which is gonna happen. So it's time for me to start whooping up my own biology to combat it.
Right.
Hey, now would be a good time to try out those worm castings. Just
Yep.
capsule them up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
pop them down.
We should get Ken on
I'll tell
here,
you
too.
what,
Yeah.
We should.
we definitely got to get Ken on here. Like Ken dropped in on when I first started going live. I put the link in the in the chat, and Ken dropped in. But Ken, yeah, Lily's out here. Tell Ken I'm hunted for him. But yeah, I gotta reach out. Ken will take it to a whole other place too. So, all right,
Emily,
y'all. Well,
Emily, I'm excited about your compost pile. If you send me some, I will look at it.
I absolutely will. We'll connect. That's
Okay.
incredible. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, go check her YouTube out, Annie. She's got and I don't know, Annie, do you have a YouTube? I know you have a Facebook, but you don't do too much social media yet.
No.
Well, we still
I've
need
got
to
a
get together on
YouTube,
coloring
I've got
books
an
and stuff.
Instagram, and I've got an email. So I'm
Nice.
sure there's some way that we will be able to connect with each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, until then, thank you so much for sharing. And I hope
Yeah,
everybody has a hell of a night and enjoy.
Annie,
Thanks
just
for
hang
being
tight.
here.
Don't leave us, Annie. Good night, guys.
Thanks,
igroSoil,
everybody.
and I'm out.
Grow soil. Feed life.
This was fun. Thank you for being here.